minus f of x. So finally we got the answer f of x plus h into gx plus h minus gx. From the result of first order forward difference, we got the answer as delta gx, and plus if you take gx as it is, the second bracket shows the result as delta fx. So this example is expressing us how this value is different from the usual work d by dx of u into v. The same way we can have the another option for delta fx upon gx. So this rule is also different from the usual differential rule. So as a definition, we start with f of x plus h minus g of x plus h minus fx upon gx. So if we take the LCM, gx plus h and gx, we got the answers as fx plus h into gx minus gx plus h into fx. To make it more simplified, we will again do some adjustments as per the previous question, but here the adjustment will be fx plus h gx. Now we will subtract and add fx gx in between the two terms minus gx plus h into fx divided by gx plus h into gx. So as a result, if you take from the first part gx, in the bracket you get x plus h minus f of x, plus if you take fx common from the second two terms, or if we take minus fx, then we get gx plus h minus gx divided by g of x plus h into gx. So as a result, we get the answer finally as g delta fx minus fx into delta gx divided by g of x plus h into gx. So this is how we obtain the different evaluations for delta. These finite differences are having another application to obtain the polynomial function, polynomial values for different given values of arguments and entries. So let us take one more example to make the things clear. Let us take some pair values x and y as 0, 1, 2, 3, and the corresponding values of y's are 1, 2, 4, 6. Here our question is to find delta 2 y0, the polynomial form of the function for the given values, that is yx, and after that we will try to obtain the value of y5 also. So to get this delta 2 y0, we will use the application of difference table that we have seen earlier. So let us try to draw the difference table in this manner: x, y. It should be noted that whenever you are drawing the difference table, you always keep one line space between two values of x and y. Say we start with 0, 1, 2, 3, and corresponding to that we have the values of y as 1, 2, 4, 6. You can observe the data that the values of x are at the equal interval, and now it has a total n plus 1 values, that is 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. This table can be extended up to the difference delta 3. So we will try to make it the table format like this. And let us try to obtain all these values, as we have already defined delta as lower values minus upper values, that is 2 minus 1 written as 1. So you should have one line space so that you can write the values exactly in between the values 1 and 2. Next is 4 and 2, 4 minus 2, we will be having 2. Another is 6 minus 4. You will be having the value as plus 2 again. In order to obtain delta 2, we got 2 minus 1, that is 1, and 2 minus 2, that is 0. In order to obtain delta 3, we got minus 1. So here usually the leading diagonal values will be always helpful for the process. So you can observe this value as y0. Another diagonal value will be written as delta y0. Third diagonal value will be known as delta 2y0. And another is delta 3y0. Other values are also obtained, but we have not specified here. So the answer of our first question is delta 2y0. That is obtained here as delta 2y0. If you refer the table, we have the value plus 1. And now to obtain the polynomial, we will use the concept of forward difference operator as well as the concept of binomial expansion method. To obtain the polynomial, we will use the binomial expansion as y0 plus xc1 delta y0 plus xc2 delta 2y0 plus xc3 delta 3y0. We are bounding these values up to delta 3 as in the table you can observe we have the values up to delta 3 only. So let us try to simplify the values keeping the x as it is, that y0 which is given to us in the table as 1, plus if you solve xc1 using the concept of combinations, you get x into delta y0, again referring the table, we have the value 1 plus xc2, that is x minus 1 by 2, and again delta 2y0 is 1 plus xc3 which is written as x minus 1 x minus 2 divided by 2 into 3, and delta 3y0 is minus 1. So simplifying these things fully, we get our answer as 1 by 6 plus x plus 6x square minus x cube. So this is what the format of yx itself, and using this we can obtain the value of y phi as well. So y phi, if you wish to obtain, that will be 1 by 6, and keeping the value of x as phi, 6 plus phi plus 25 into 6, that will be 150 minus 5 cube, that is 125. So after simplification, we got the answer as 36 divided by 6. The answer is 6. So this is how we can have the concept of forward differences for the various applications. Apart from forward and backward differences, we have some other difference operators also which are useful for different calculations. Amongst them, we have the difference operator, that is delta. Delta operator is also called central operator, which is defined as f of x plus h by 2 minus f of x minus h by 2. Again, h is nothing but the difference of the interval. Shift operator, having a very wide applications in the concept of finite differences, that is f of x plus h. This is one of the very important tool to make any questions of finite differences very simple. And the averaging operator, that is denoted by mu notation and defined as half of f of x plus h by 2 plus f of x minus h by 2. To evaluate all these things, we have some relationship to make our results very simple. So some basic relations are displayed here. The all relations are delta and e. So the relationship between the forward difference operator delta and the shift operator e is delta is equals to e minus 1. Same way we can represent e as 1 plus delta. These values will be used according to the requirement of the examples. Next is the relation between the backward difference operator, that is nabla, and shift operator e is nabla is equals to 1 minus e raised to minus 1, or we have e is equals to 1 minus nabla raised to minus 1. Same way, the relation between the shift operator and the central operator delta, that is e raised to half minus e raised to minus 1 upon 2. And lastly is the relation between shift operator and the averaging operator mu, that is mu is equals to half of e raised to half plus e raised to minus half. So now we will see how these relations are helpful to us to prove or to solve the different results. So we have a few questions to be solved on. Out of this, let us begin with the very first question. These all questions will be discussed in terms of to prove the results. The very first question is, prove in usual notation delta into nebula is equals to nebula into delta is equals to delta minus nebula is equals to delta 2. So let us try to prove all these results keeping delta minus nebula format in our mind. So all these results will be compared with delta minus nebula. Let us try with the very first part, that is delta of nebula of fx. So out of delta and nebula, first of all we will apply the nebula operator on fx. You got the answer f of x minus f of x minus h according to the definition of nebula operator. And now we will apply delta to both these functions fx and f of x minus h respectively. The very first term will be f of x plus h minus fx and minus f of x minus h plus h plus f of x minus h. So you got the results as f of x plus h minus fx minus f of x plus f of x minus h. And you pairing into two parts. First one will be f of x plus h minus f of x minus another will be f of x minus f of x minus h. So you got both the standard forms. One is delta fx, another is nebula fx. So as a result you get delta minus nebula of fx. We can keep this result number as 1 as we got the relation that delta into nebula of fx is equals to delta minus nebula fx. So your first result is ready with the operator delta dot nebula will be exactly same as delta minus nebula. This is the first result we have. Now let us try to obtain the second result, that is this time we will be having delta into nebula. We already obtained as delta minus nebula, and now we will try to obtain the result nebula dot delta. That will be nebula dot delta fx equals to nebula of, according to the definition of delta operator, that is f of x plus h minus f of x is equals to, this nebula will be applied on both the results one by one, f of x plus h minus nebula fx equals to, now according to the definition of nebula which is applied on f of x plus h, that will be f of x plus h minus f of x minus, this would have been applied as f of x plus h, sorry, fx minus f of x minus h. So again if you bifurcate this, you will be getting the result as delta fx minus nebula fx. So result number 2 will also be ready in that way, delta into nebula, which is earlier proved as delta minus nebula, and now it is already proved like nebula dot delta. So result number 2 is giving you the second result obtained. And now the third result is to obtain delta 2 fx, which is equals to the same as delta minus nebula. So for that we will apply the definition of delta operator, that is e raised to half minus e raised to minus half raised to 2. That is, if you obtain, will be given you e plus e raised to minus 1 minus 2 of fx. So if you apply e operator to fx, you will be getting f of x plus h plus f of x minus h minus 2fx will be written as fx minus fx, and will be given to both the operators one by one. One will be given to f of x plus h, one will be given to f of x minus h. So as a result we got f of x plus h minus fx, first part, minus another will be f of x minus f of x minus h. So as a result we got delta fx minus nebula fx. So this is what your result number 3 is ready, delta minus nebula of fx, which is proved for delta 2 fx. So from result number 1, 2 and 3 we can now claim that delta dot nebula is equals to nebula dot delta is equals to delta 2 are exactly same as delta minus nebula. So we have few more examples to elaborate the idea properly. Our next example will be to prove delta plus nebula equals to delta upon nebula minus nebula upon delta. So here we have some more options to work on right hand side. So we will start our result from RHS itself. RHS is equals to delta upon nebula minus nebula upon delta equals to delta 2. If you take the LCM as nebula